let's move on and get going with the show then, where we get you all the buzzes in the trading session. And for that, we are joined by Lakshmikant Shukla, who's the technical analyst, institutional research. Yes, Securities India is now joining us on the technicals. Hi, good morning, Lakshmikant. Thank you so much for joining us. And let's get going with all the buzzes in the trading session. To begin with, KEC International, that is in focus today on back of an order win that's worth 1,180 crore rupees across its T&D renewables, civil and cable businesses, including its first transmission line project to power a data center in India. Now, the fresh wins take the company's FY27 order intake to over 5,200 crore rupees. And on the back of this big order win, KEC International is up and away 3.5%.
Okay, so that's the view coming in on KEC International. The stock is soaring on the back of that order win. But another stock that is in focus is Nuvoco Vistas. The stock is up nearly 13% in trade today after gaining a solid 15% yesterday, and which means it is gaining for the second consecutive session after the company reported strong first quarter performance driven by better realizations and an EBITDA beat. Now, Nomura, remember, has come out with its report where they are maintaining their buy rating on the stock with a 400 rupees target price, saying that EBITDA beat was well ahead of street expectations, and they reiterated their confidence in the company's FY28 capacity expansion plans. Other than that, the company also did a con call yesterday where they believe that cement prices are likely to rise in the second half of the year, and they're expecting volume growth of anywhere between 7 to 8% at par with what the industry is likely to report for FY27. So that is what makes the management positive, and that is the reason the stock is now up more than 13% after it reported its numbers and the strong management commentary, and the fact that brokerage houses too have given a thumbs up to this counter.
Let's move on to the next counter. Lakshmikant, you picked out ABB for us, another high flyer in trade, 4.5% of an uptick coming in today. Though it had turned a bit sideways for the last few weeks, it has given some very good returns, like 50% returns in the last 6 months. Do you see this up move to continue?
Yes, good afternoon to both of you. Yes, ABB has demonstrated resilience by finding support near its 50-day SMA, indicating that recent short-term weakness was effectively absorbed at lower levels. The stock has witnessed a sharp rebound from this support zone, accompanied by noticeable increase in trading volumes, which signals renewed buying interest and strengthening market sentiment. Technically, ABB now trading above all its cluster key moving averages, reflecting an improvement in the overall structure. And today it has given a congestion breakout above its previous swing high. That's why we have picked this stock. So one can buy, as this stock is already appreciated by 5% from recent levels. So one should advise to wait for the dip around the zone of 7,050 to 7,100, from where one can go to initiate long position with the stop loss of 6,700 on the downside, and can expect the upside target of around 7,900. This setup offers an attractive upside potential while maintaining prudent risk management.
Okay, so that's the view coming in on ABB, but let's also put the spotlight on Landmark Cars. This stock too has been gaining for the second consecutive session, and this is on the back of another strong operational data that the company reported for the quarter gone by. Record quarterly revenue of about 1733 crores, which indicated an increase of about 23% on a year-on-year basis. The stock, remember, was up 17% in trade yesterday. It is gaining another 10.25% in trade today, which means that the stock has jumped up nearly 25% over the last two trading sessions on the back of very strong operational data that the company reported for the quarter gone by. 23% YOY growth in revenue. The stock is up 10% in trade today.
All right, let's move on to the next counter that is in focus. So, Lakshmikant, you picked out Mankind Pharma for us. Tell us on the charts, what are the levels to watch out for?
The pharma sector continued to strong outperformance, gaining momentum with each passing sessions. And within this space, Mankind has seen steadily upward moving trend from last few weeks. It has formed a strong base around its 20-day SMA with a sign of consistent buying interest. Recently, this stock has given cup and handle breakout, so supported by a good volume. So additionally, if we look at the MACD, so that has given bullish crossover on the daily chart, again showing positive momentum for this stock. RSI started trading above 60 mark, so again indicating upward momentum with potential for further gains. So one can initiate long position in Mankind Pharma toward the levels of 2,570 to 2,580 kind of range, and expect the target of 2,700 on the upside, while maintaining a stop loss of 2,500 on the downside.
All right, that's Mankind Pharma on the chart, but let's talk about Tata Elxsi. This one was reeling under pressure since morning after the company reported an inline quarter-one revenue, but there was a sharp miss as far as the margins and the profit is concerned. While announcing the strategic partnership with JSW to set up a new technology center, we have Tata Elxsi that is reeling under pressure of cuts with more than 5%. Motilal Oswal is reiterating its sell rating, and they've cut the earnings estimates, and they also expect only a gradual margin recovery amid the continued investments and wage hikes. JP Morgan is maintaining a neutral stance, and they have also cut the target price to 3,500. And Motilal Oswal on Tata Elxsi is maintaining a sell, and they have also cut the target price. So, all these brokerages have maintaining the sell call, and they've also downgraded the stock, and on the back of that, Tata Elxsi is reeling under pressure with cuts of 5%.
Okay, so that's Tata Elxsi for you, but let's also talk about Ather. Electric two-wheeler maker Ather is seeing some solid gains in today's trading session, and this after Hero MotoCorp said that they will invest about 1,000 crore rupees in Ather Energy, and this, remember, is via preferential allotment. This will strengthen the company's commitment to the EV maker, where it already holds a 29.5% stake. The investment is expected to be completed over the next 15 days, subject to all other regulatory approvals. But very positive development that has come in, 1,000 crore will be invested by Hero MotoCorp in Ather Energy, a company where they already hold a substantial stake. So keep an eye out on Ather Energy. The stock is already up nearly 8% on the back of this news.
All right, let's move on from Ather Energy to the next one, Tata Motors CV. On the charts, Lakshmikant, what are you penciling in for Tata Motors CV?
Tata Motor commercial vehicle posted a strong rebound in today's sessions following 8 days of straight decline. The stock has been protected in this 20-day SMA for the last few days, highlighting steady accumulation at lower level. On the ADX front, the previously converging DI lines have begun to widen again, indicating a re-emerging bullish strength. A close above the midline of the Bollinger Band, indicating a shift toward the upper band, which is again showing positive momentum transition for this stock, with RSI bouncing sharply toward the levels of 60 region, indicating collectively to an improving upward biasness. So overall, the stock looks positioned for further upside. So one can consider to buy TMCB around the levels of 420 to 425 kind of range with a stop loss of 410, and can expect the upside move toward the levels of 460 to 465.
Okay, so that's the view coming in. Lakshmikant, thank you for taking your time out and joining us here on ET Now and sharing all your stock-specific ideas for our viewers this afternoon. But that's all the time we have on this edition of the show. Thanks so much for tuning in. Closing trades will come up next.